Hi everybody, welcome to week 2 of this study for wind and loft location and drag in the Worcester and District Federation of Flying Clubs. Last week was a pretty strongish west-southwest wind. The winning pigeons are doing over 2,000 yards a minute, 2,165 yards a minute by Mark Edwards. Well done, Mark. Fantastic result against so many pigeons, nearly 4,000 pigeons. Absolutely phenomenal result. There's a couple of people I'd like to mention there. A friend of mine, Timmy Fenn, who's been a great flyer for 20 years. A brilliant pigeon flyer, great tippler flyer. One of my best friends there, or best friends, is Trevor and Lee Williams. Outstanding fanciers. Outstanding pigeon men, just real good friends. They've been great friends to me over the years. There's quite a few I've met over the years who've been fantastic friends and fantastic fanciers. My mate down here, Bernard Carter, again, I mentioned him last week. He's 39th this week. Bernard is a good lad, Bernard is. So yeah, as we can see, it was a fast race last week, and anybody who can come in the top 20, 30, 40 of this fed, especially racing against that birdage and against the quality of pigeon for men there is in the Midlands. I think most people agree in the country that the West Midlands is the hotbed of sprint racing. It could be very debatable, but I live in the Midlands and I've watched some of these fanciers over the years, and you know, there's some outstanding fanciers who've been outstanding for a number of years. Yeah, it'd be nice to have seen Sean race the first couple of races, Sean McDonough. I think over the last 5 or 6 years, his results have spoke for themselves. Absolutely outstanding pigeon flyer. I've met Sean a couple of lap times, and as we all know, he's a smashing chap. I went over a couple of Sundays ago. He made me more than welcome. Real nice bloke. Fantastic setup. Brilliant pigeons. So yeah, as we can see last week, it was predominantly in the west side of the fed, but this week it's a very mixed bag. This week again, we've got on both sides of the fed, both sides of the line of flight this week. But what I will say is, last week, Mick McNally, I think his name's Mick McNally, was second fed last week in a northeast wind, and Mick again is second fed again this week in a southwest wind. So draw your own conclusions to that one. But that was mentioned to me by a fellow fancier, saying that Mick was second fed last week in a northeast. He's second fed this week in a southwest or west southwest. So as we look again here at the mix up, if you want to look here, there's the winner is Mark Edwards over in West Bromwich. Then second place is Mick McNally in Tipton. Now, from there to there must be, I don't know the way the crow flies between the two race lofts, 5 miles, 6 miles maybe. I've not measured it. I could do the measurements, but I think you can tell that between 1 and 2 there's got to be a good 5, 6 miles. So they're spread between the line of flight. So I would say same distance from West Brom to the line of flight to Mick McNally's over in Tipton. Now third is the chap I just mentioned. Tim is a good friend of mine, a great flyer, Tim. He's down here in Rowley Regis. So we've got 1, we got 2, and we got 3. And then just behind Tim, in 4th position, we got my mate Trevor and Lee. My mates Trevor and Lee, who are flying a fantastic pigeon at the minute. I think they topped the Wolverhampton fed last week. I think they've won 5 out of the 6 races. Absolutely phenomenal pigeon racing, and they're brilliant lads. I think anybody who knows the Williams is absolutely outstanding lads to know, and they're just good lads, brilliant pigeon flyers. Same family of pigeons for the last 30 years, I think it is, all come down from the Taymen and Gary Downing's Van Rietcock, I think it was. So as we can see, we got first, second, third, and then behind in Albury's 4th, so Rowley and Albury there. Then if you go to 5th is over here again in West Bromwich. 5th is Lyndon Josbury, another outstanding fancier with his dad there. brilliant fanciers, been around for a long time, great fanciers, great for the sport. And then, like, if you start looking over the map then we've got 6th again over here, which is Malcolm Beaton, another great flyer, Malcolm and Victoria, brilliant flyers. So you can see now, like I've been saying, the geographical difference in the area from the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 again back over here, then 7 again back over here in West Brom, which is Mark Edwards again, 2 good pigeons on the day that was. And then if you start looking, most of the winning lofts are all in this radius here. Now that radius from the centre line of the line of flight, I mean, look at the radius there. I've not measured it, but that radius there, the first 10 pigeons, well, number 10 is up here in Cannock. So you can look at the 10th pigeon there, which is E. Mabry and Son in Broomall, which is Cannock. Number 9 is Leadbeater up here. So the first 10 pigeons, if you look at the map now and you look at the geographical area, there's the line of flight. If you look at the map and look at the radius of those pigeons in the top 10 of the Fed, and look where they're racing. I mean, if you look at the first pigeon, is Mark Edwards here in West Bromwich, and then you look up here, the 10th pigeon and the 9th pigeon are up in Rugeley, another 25 to 30 mile, not 25 mile and it further on. So as you can see, the geographical area of those pigeons, it's not all in one area this week, and it was a west-southwest wind, so you could argue that the pigeons should have been predominantly in the east, which should have been this side, the east side, because the wind was blowing from the west, more so from the west, but it was a strong west wind. So as you can see, it's a very different area, different from last week, but you can still see the difference in where all the pigeons were. So you can see now, sorry about that, you can see now the difference. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it goes up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is in that area, in that radius that I've just been talking about, which is around there. Then 7's down here, then it shoots up here, 8's down here, it shoots up here into 9th, 10th and 11th, into Rugeley and Cannock, and then it's back down here to 12. 12 is here, which is Decox in Beechdale. You've got 12, 13, 14 and 15 is in Lichfield. What's his name? Gavin Purchase over here. So as you can see, he had 4 pigeons together. I think he's got a few more further down in the Fed as well. So yeah, he's Gavin's 26th, 27th, 28th and 29th. So again up here. So as you can see, everyone, right, is there any drag? Would you say there was any drag with them pigeons? It was a west-southwest wind blowing into the west, but predominantly it's spread across the whole of that area where the pigeon clubs are. Now somebody said to me the other day, you know, it's arguable, but people say, lad said to me the other day, if you ain't got a pigeon in the first batch or the first wave of pigeons, forget it. Well, for me, these pigeons here represent them. They've broke early, in my opinion, and they've broke early for home, might have broke 20, 30 more before hitting Birmingham or the West Midlands. But then again, we don't know because we haven't got any GPS on the pigeons yet. But if you look at that and you look at the geographical area of where all them pigeons are, you can see. All right then, lads, see you all next week. I think it's Purbeck next week. All the best, lads. Thanks for watching.